Hi everyone, today I'll be showing you the first game I ever made. And while there is still a lot of stuff I wanted to add, I'm still proud of it in a way. And timestamps are in the description and on screen if you feel like skipping to a certain part. The story of the game goes something like this. You need to command your army and expand as much as possible through establishing bases all over the world. Naturally, you meet resistance while doing so. Survive for long enough and your base is deemed safe. This way, every level would have been a different map. Maybe a map set in the mountains, where you have to carefully build around small hills and rivers. How about a map set in the desert, where you have to fight the heat of the sun? I'm not an experienced game developer at all, but even I can tell you such a game would require a lot of work. Funny enough, while the idea is pretty big, it started as a small seed planted in my head when I wanted to join Bracket's game jam. Knowing I won't be able to finish anything in a week, I decided to start a week ahead. Even though I didn't know which team would be chosen, I just picked one and started working on it. I imagined the gameplay like this. You start by placing your base anywhere on a procedurally generated map. There are certain spots, rich with natural resources, which you'll need to reach in order to build your defenses. You can't build just anywhere. Every building in the game needs to be connected via roads. These roads would be used by small trucks to move resources around, and would be your most vulnerable structures. Having a pumping heart is useless if there are no blood vessels. Speaking of buildings, there would be different types. Some of them used to make parts of tanks and other defenses, some of them for assembling those parts. So what actually makes the gameplay challenging? Well, aside from the enemies trying to destroy your base, managing the most important resource, fuel, would be crucial. Every building in the game, as well as little trucks, defenses and tanks would use fuel. Run out of fuel and it's game over. This would mean that the player will have to sacrifice a lot in order to survive. So all of that is great, but what have I actually made in a month working on this game? Feast your eyes upon the glorious main menu. Yes, I know, pinnacle of design. Jokes aside, I'm not proud of how the game looks. It's not even fully functional and definitely not bug-free. Upon pressing the play button, we can choose the size of the map. Let's see some gameplay. We are met with some blue hexagonal tiles and some randomly spawned resource structures. To start the game, we need to place our base first. After that, a stopwatch is started and enemies spawn every 30 seconds. TLDR, make tanks and strategically place them around your base and buildings to protect them. Be careful not to overdo it. You'll run out of fuel pretty quickly. The game doesn't get harder as you play. I think there's like 5 or 10 enemies spawn every 30 seconds, so at some point it just gets really easy. I don't want this video to drag on, so I'll end it here. Am I planning to come back to this project and do it properly? Maybe one day. Next thing I want to work on is a cute adventure game, similar to Tunic. Stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching.